Matthew 5:17 says, in Jesus' words, "Think not, I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled." So, how did Jesus fulfill the law? He says he didn't come to destroy the law or the prophets, he came to fulfill them. We know that there are prophecies that are still outstanding to be fulfilled that relate to the second coming of Christ, that relate to the 70th week, that relate to the kingdom, things that haven't happened yet. So we understand logically that there are prophecies yet outstanding. But we should understand that the law has been fulfilled, permanently put away and shut up, and a new covenant instituted in its place, which is irrevocable and permanent from its inception going forward. It will never go back to the old covenant. So we should at least understand that, even if we don't understand how it was fulfilled. But the law was fulfilled out of necessity because it doesn't exist anymore and it never will exist again. And he says, I didn't come to destroy it, but to fulfill it. So taking Jesus at face value, his words at face value, we understand he did fulfill. Perhaps we don't understand how he fulfilled. This takes us to Matthew 22. Jesus was tempted by Pharisees, then Sadducees, then a legal expert. The legal expert said thus, "Master, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" And Jesus said unto him, "Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. The second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and all the prophets." So when we ask ourselves the question, how did Jesus fulfill the law? We ask ourselves, what did he say were the greatest commandments in the law upon which the entire law hung? Loving the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and loving neighbor as self. Paul reaffirms this in Galatians 5:14, which says, all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. So it boils down to one simple, very common denominator. How did Jesus fulfill the law? By loving neighbor as self. And what did he say in John? No greater love hath any man than a man lay down his life for his friends. That is specifically, uniquely, how Jesus fulfilled the law. By laying down his perfect, holy, just, selfless self in payment for sin for other. And then he permanently shut the old covenant up so that it could never be transgressed again. But it also never applies again, because that same death and shed blood on the cross were the two tokens of the new covenant, and he is the mediator, intercessor, high priest, royal priest of the new covenant after the power of an endless life, which means it's never going back. So we ask ourselves, how did Christ, as he said he would, fulfill the old covenant, which he has since done and put away permanently? How did he do it? Simply put, by laying his life down in payment for the sins under it.